Airbnb hosts are suing the city of Las Vegas, and here's how that news impacts you as a host on Airbnb.
We are the Real Estate Robinsons.
Hey guys!
If this is your first time here, I'm Sarah.
I'm Tony.
And we're real estate investors who quit our day jobs by investing in short-term rentals, and we're here to show you how you can do the same.
So I came across this article that I thought was pretty interesting and wanted to share with you guys, but essentially there's a group of Airbnb owners who are in
association that they've created.
And it's in Clark County, which encompasses Las Vegas, and they are suing the county for the short-term rental ordinances that county has passed for hosts that are, on Airbnb.
That's so spicy.
Isn't it?
Yeah, this
like
actually,
so ballsy.
well, it's actually not the first time that it's happened.
What?
Yeah, there's been other
With the Clark County or
just
no?
in, across America. I've seen other.
Dude, we should do that with Joshua Tree, man.
We actually love Joshua Tree. We have no intentions on doing him.
I was just joking.
Baby, we
Yeah.
love you guys, San Bernardino County.
But I mean, I have seen this happen in other places where hosts are kind of coming together to form these associations, and then they're challenging the ordinances that these different cities and counties are putting in place. But obviously, this one's a kind of a big deal because it's Las Vegas.
Dude,
And
good for them,
Yeah.
Seriously, that takes a lot of courage. I feel like courage, money, time, energy, for them to really stand up for what they feel they deserve as a business, So that's cool.
Yeah, well, based on this article, looks like there's about 12,000 listings that are now illegal in Clark County, which
That's
is
wild.
It's massive,
Yeah.
Like there are people like us who literally make a living with our investment properties, and
Absolutely.
it's if you're in this county and they just ban your Airbnb, how do you make money?
Yeah.
And the group is actually founded by a guy who was impacted by this new ordinance. His name is Louis Kordnick. And Louis said that he had been renting out, he's a long-time real estate investor. He'd been in the long-term rental space for almost 2 decades. He recently switched over to short-term rentals, was making, great money with his Airbnbs. But then this new ordinance passed. He continued to run them, even though he was in violation of those ordinances. And he racked up $62,000 in fines and liens against his property. So he said his hands were tied. He couldn't rent the property out on Airbnb because it was banned. He couldn't sell the property because if he went to sell,
You'd have to pay all that
those
off
liens,
first, yeah.
Right? So he couldn't even refinance because the liens were stopping him from doing that. So he banded together with a bunch of other Airbnb hosts in that county to kind of form this alliance, and they called it Greater Las Vegas Short-Term Rental Association. And
Good for you, Louis.
yeah,
Rooting for you.
Way to be strong, man.
yeah, and together they filed a lawsuit against Clark County. So we just kind of want to highlight some of the issues that these hosts had with Clark County.
Yeah.
There were limitations on when guests could use the pool. I guess there was a 9 p.m. curfew for pool use. The county could come at any moment
Usually,
in time.
counties have noise
Nighttime hours.
ordinance, but girl, what? Even if they're at a reasonable volume, they still can't use the pool. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. There was I guess the county could come to your property at any point in time without a heads up, they wanted unlimited access, I guess, to the property. Each host could only have 1 permit. There was a lottery process for getting even selected to have your permit. And again, it was only 1% of all the active listings were even going to be eligible for a permit.
And it was a 6-month application process. So, pretty wild.
Yeah, and they implemented a 2-night minimum stay.
Yeah.
So just a lot of things, and I guess these hosts are saying that this is unconstitutional, that the county's overstepping the rights that these people have as property owners, which is super interesting.
Yeah. But before we keep moving on, we'd really appreciate if you guys could give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Every new subscriber really means a lot to us, so we have a goal of getting to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so we're at 25K, so if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, turn on the notifications, share with your friends and family. Also, be sure to connect with us on Instagram. I'm at Sarah Rad, he's at Tony J. Robinson, and on TikTok, we're at the Real Estate Robinsons.
And we got a totally free download for all of our subscribers. If you head over to the realestaterobinsons.com/calculator, you can get a totally free tool that will help you analyze properties as a short-term rental to make sure you only buy the ones that are super profitable. Last, if you're not yet an Airbnb host, be sure to sign up using our link in the description. You'll get a cash bonus for signing up, and we'll get a small cash bonus for referring you as well. All right, so let's get back to this article. Now, we want to talk a little bit about like how we think this impacts hosts. Honestly, I feel like this could be like the start of something bigger when it comes to legal action that hosts take. You know, like if you are a host and you feel like the county or city that you're operating in has maybe overstepped their, you know, the kind of boundaries or the rights you have as a property owner, if you guys all band together, it could be a way for you guys to, you know, challenge that city, challenge that county. I think the goal here is probably like anyone who's a good host. I think they're fine with regulations. I think we all understand that pretty much every industry has some sort of regulations. But what we do want as hosts is fair regulations.
Absolutely.
If we're a good host, why penalize us? Why tell us that we can only have one property? Why tell us that we can, you know, guests have to stay for a minimum of 2 nights? Like, if we're managing our guests and we're taking good care of the property, we're taking good care of the community, let us do what we gotta do. If it's 1 night stays, because that's what the market demands, allow us to do that. If we can have 10 properties that are all exceptionally managed, isn't that better than one person who doesn't know what they're doing? So I don't know. I think we might see more of these, you know, kind of associations in these different geographic areas popping up. And if you're someone who is having issues with your local city or government, let this be an example that you actually have an option to challenge that.
You have a voice. Get your homies and you guys have
A bigger voice.
But I think Vegas to me is super interesting because I think there's like a bigger guy that is coming up with these rules, you know? I mean, Vegas is like corporate America, the corporate world with all of these hotels like MGM, whatever, you know? It's like
billion-dollar corporation.
Dude, like if, you know, Airbnbs are their competition, the little guys, these big guys are just gonna stomp them, say, get them out of here. Like, let us keep doing what we're doing. And the city, I think, benefits a lot from the big hotels. So I think it's just, you know, helping each other out. Kind of like, you know, they say the pharmaceutical company and hospitals and doctors, you know, or they say they don't cure cancer or something because they need us to be sick in order to be constantly beneficial. That's how I feel about the hotels in Vegas and the city of Vegas wanting to like recycle their money within each other and create these rules for homeowners, you know? I don't know, am I thinking like
conspiracy theory?
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to say for sure, right? But again, we thought this was an interesting development in the world of Airbnb hosting, and we wanted to make sure we share it with you guys. So drop your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, what do you guys
if you guys agree with this approach, if you guys think there's something wrong with this, let us know. If we were to start some kind of like Airbnb host association, would you guys want to join it? Like, let us know what the benefits are. So we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any more questions, be sure to drop a comment. But that's it for today, guys. I'm Tony.
I'm Sarah.
And we are
The Real Estate Robinsons.